KILR Killer Games.
Hello gamers, simmers, and pilots. I am the Killer Gamer and welcome back to my tour across the world featuring Microsoft Flight Simulator 2002. Something that I never really flew in until this series, because I went from Flight Simulator 2000, which I barely played, to Flight Simulator 2004 or FS9, which I played quite a bit. But now with this series, we'll be playing a lot of Flight Simulator 2002. And I've got a lot of great things planned for it, and we'll talk about that during our flight. Assuming I can accomplish it. Well, anyway, we'll talk about it. I'm a little frustrated at the moment. Alright, well, let's talk about where we are and where we're going. So, pull up our trusty little Commodore 64 map, because that's where we're starting all these flights in. We are here at Chicago Midway, and we are going here to Joliet Park District. Now, if you've watched any of the other flights based on the leg, you'll know that we're making a detour, a temporary detour. We're going to be doing a touch and go at Merrill C. Meigs. Why? Because that airport is special. It's a special airport. I think it is for a lot of us flight simmers. I think a lot for definitely for pilots. It means a lot to a lot of people. And I want to pay it some respects, do a touch and go, and then head off to our destination. So it's kind of like, I like to think of the touch and go as kind of like a bow. You know, you're bowing to someone with, I'm like, hold on here. I'm like talking, you can't see me. But what I'm saying is, I think of it as a bow, you know, like you're bowing to someone in respect. So I think of the touch and go just like that. We're coming down, we're touching down, and then we're continuing on our way. And since we're not going to be back in Chicago for quite a while, I wanted to do that respect to Meigs. So, that being said, let's go ahead and switch everything on. Flight plan is loaded. So we'll get this turned on. That comes on automatically. So we'll turn our avionics on after we start the plane, because that's what you're supposed to do. Alright, good deal. Avionics are on. Turn on our taxi lights, nav lights. Oop, wait a minute. Strobe lights. Okay. And what else are we doing? Oh, let's set our nav radio to Joliet, which is 112.3. That'll give us some distance. Well, when we when we get close enough. And then our autopilot, which not the autopilot. But yeah, we got the autopilot. We'll set that here. We're not going to... Are we going to use this yet? No, I'll fly manually because we're going to do that touch and go, and then we'll use this. And then we've got air traffic control, and I forgot what the shortcut key is for that. Alright, well, let's see if I can get this thing to... There it is. So I'm going to move this... That's going to cut off there. I'm going to move this down here where my head is, so that way it's kind of out of the way. It's not quite out of the way, it's like sitting here over the radios and stuff, but alright. So let's tune in. Now this is the default ATC. This is the only one that we're going to use default ATC on. I don't know if Radar Contact is compatible with 2002, at least version 4. I don't think it is. I'd like to get version 3 if anyone has version 3. I tried to contact the guy that made it, and he didn't want to respond to me, so I guess it was a stupid question. Anyway.
Kilo, Mike, Delta, Whiskey, automated weather observation, 2258 Zulu, wind 211 at 7, visibility 50, sky condition, ceiling 3,600, overcast, temperature 15 Celsius, dew point 2 Celsius, altimeter 2982. Midway reports information, Mike 225 Zulu weather, wind 211 at 7.
Whole nother voice now.
Sky condition, ceiling 3,600.
Alright. Request IFR clearance. Well, you know, the thing with the ATC, it works. You know, it works, and it works pretty decently.
Chicago Midway clearance delivery, Cessna November 700 Mike Sierra, ready to copy IFR clearance to Kilo Juliet Oscar Tango.
Cessna November 700 Mike Sierra, cleared to Kilo Juliet Oscar Tango. Airport is filed. Fly runway heading, climb and maintain 4000. Departure frequency is 118.4, squawk 1566.
156.
Cessna 0 Mike Sierra. Did you hear my last transmission?
Yeah, I'm busy.
Cessna November 700 Mike Sierra, clear to Kilo Juliet Oscar Tango. Airport as filed. Fly runway heading, climb and maintain 4000. Departure on 118.4, squawk 1566.
Cessna 0 Mike Sierra. Read back correct. Contact ground on 121.65. Good day. Cessna 192. Contact Chicago. Approach.
Okay. Request IFR to taxi.
Midway round, Cessna November 700 Mike Sierra with Mike, ready to taxi IFR. Cessna November 700 Mike Sierra, taxi to and hold short of runway 13 center, using taxiway November, runway 13 left. Contact tower on 118.7 when ready. Taxiing runway 13 center, using taxiway November, runway 13 left. Cessna November 700 Mike Sierra.
Okay.
Cessna 0 Mike Sierra is unfamiliar with the airport.
I'm familiar with it. I just like the...
November 700 Mike Sierra. Follow the path drawn on the taxiway.
Alright, let's see. Does the pushback work on this? I forget. Yes, okay. I couldn't remember when they started the pushback. We're in the hangar. Oh. How about take off the parking brakes? Duh. I think it still moves us regardless. That should be good enough. Now, in the other simulators by now, it is dark. It looks like it's getting there on this one. I did advance the time by an hour. Is that a taxiway? Okay. Didn't think it was at first. Anyone still play FS 2002? Oh, I forget what these brakes, like on my controller it doesn't, it's like I press it and it doesn't stay.
Midway Tower, Cessna, November 700, Mike Sierra, ready for IFR departure, runway 13 center. Cessna, November 700, Mike Sierra, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff. Cessna, November 700, Mike Sierra.
I think it's still a pretty decent simulator today. I mean, naturally, it's not as good as FS9, but I think FS8, Flight Simulator 2002, I think holds its own pretty well. I guess we'll leave some takeoff flaps down. There we go. Do I not have landing gear on this one? I guess I don't have landing gear on this. But look, you got autogen and you got trees. And these days, 2002 is going to run smooth. Smooth, like it's running right now. I am going the wrong direction. Smooth. Try going the correct direction. The funny thing is these buildings are like not even accurate. There should be a lot of housing over here.
Cessna 0 Mike Sierra, contact Chicago departure on 118.4 today. 118.4, Cessna 0 Mike Sierra, good day. Chicago departure, Cessna November 700, Mike Sierra is climbing through 1,200 300 for 4,000.
Cessna November 700, Mike Sierra, Chicago, departure, roger, current altimeter 2982. Cessna November 700, Mike Sierra, you're 26 miles northeast, turn left heading 225, climb and maintain 4,000, expect the visual approach, vectors, Kilo Juliet, Oscar Tango, runway 22, altimeter, Kilo Juliet, Oscar Tango, 2982.
I'm going to turn down the sound of the plane. It's awfully loud. Okay, I turned that down and I turned air traffic control up.
Cessna November 700, Mike Sierra, expect visual approach, runway 22, turn left heading 225, climb and maintain 4,000.
Yeah, that sounds a lot better. It doesn't sound so drowned out now.
Chicago approach, Cessna November 14352, request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
Cessna November 14352, Chicago approach, cleared through the
I need to
Bravo
change my
airspace.
call sign so it matches all the
70
other
Mike
ones.
Sierra, please expedite your turn to heading 225. Chicago approach, Piper November 97392, with you. Piper November 97392, Chicago approach, roger, current altimeter 2985. Cessna 0, Mike Sierra, please expedite your turn to heading 225.
Yeah.
Cleared through Bravo airspace. Cessna November 14352. Chicago approach, American Pacific 8331, with you, 2,800.
Cessna 0, Mike Sierra, turn right heading 195, American Pacific 8331, Chicago approach, roger, altimeter 2982. Chicago
It still
approach,
wants to go
Piper
up.
November 97392, request clearance to transition Bravo airspace. Piper November 97392, Chicago approach, cleared through the Bravo airspace. Cleared through Bravo airspace. Piper November 97392.
There we go. That's a little better.
Turn right heading 1905. Cessna 0, Mike Sierra.
Chicago approach, Merrill November 90792, with you. American Pacific 8331, you're 19 miles south, turn left heading 350, descend and maintain 2,700, cleared for the ILS runway 32, left approach, maintain 2,700 until established on the localizer. Aaron, November 90792, Chicago approach,
Turn left heading 350, climb and maintain 2,700, cleared for the ILS runway 32, left, maintain 2,700 until established on the localizer. American Pacific 8331.
Cessna 0, Mike Sierra, please expedite your climb to 4,000.
Always nice to have a little outside.
Chicago approach, Cessna November 28648, with you.
Cessna November 28648, Chicago approach, roger, altimeter 2983. Cessna 0, Mike Sierra, please expedite your climb to 4,000.
We have to do a touch and go, so we're not going to do that just yet.
Cessna 0, Mike Sierra, IFR flight plan is canceled, radar service terminated, squawk 1200, maintain VFR, frequency change approved, good day.
I had a feeling they were going to do that. This is the ATC that gets mad with you if you don't follow their instructions. Okay, fine. We'll do VFR then. Wait a minute, where is it? Okay, that's not it. It's a little bit over there.
Cessna 352. Traffic is 1 o'clock, 4 miles at 3,500. Cessna Skyhawk, report them in sight. Cessna 648. Traffic is 1 o'clock, 4 miles at 6,500.
That talking in the background is annoying. You hear them talking, you hear this.
Chicago, approach on 100.35. Good day.
Cessna 648, have a Cessna Skylane in sight. Cessna 352, have the traffic.
Okay, there's the blimp. The old famous blimp up there. We're getting a little low.
American Pacific 8331. Contact O'Hare Tower on 120.75. Good day.
120.75, American Pacific 8331. Good day.
There's Meigs. And we got some other buildings over here too. The shadows on the water, that reminds me of the other flight simulators. They did something very similar where it just stretched way over the...
Chicago approach, Cessna, November 8148.
Way over the ocean.
Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
Cessna November 8148.
Here.
Chicago approach, cleared through the Bravo airspace.
Cleared through Bravo airspace. Cessna, November 81488.
Better so slow down even
Cessna
more.
352. Contact Chicago approach on 120.55. Good day.
120.55 for Cessna 352. Good day.
Nice and easy, nice and easy. Alright, full power.
Chicago approach, Sword 1241, with you 2,700, Sword 1241, Chicago approach, roger, current altimeter 2982.
There we go. Set our heading bug. And I think we can request flight flying
Chicago
now.
approach, Cessna, November 700, Mike Sierra is type Cessna Skylane, 1 mile south of Meigs. Request flight following.
Cessna November 700, Mike Sierra, Chicago approach, Squawk 4444, Viper 3902.
It's like, oh yeah, it's you.
4 miles at 1,000, Cessna Skylane, report them in sight. Cessna 0, Mike Sierra, radar contact 2 miles south of Meigs, 1,100, current altimeter 2984, Sword 1241, 19 miles south, turn
Well,
left,
stop talking, I can acknowledge.
climb and maintain 2,700, cleared for the ILS runway 32, left approach. Maintain 2,700 until established on the localizer. Cessna 0, Mike Sierra, traffic is 3 o'clock, 4 miles at 4,500, Viper Cherokee, report them in sight.
Chicago approach, Cessna 0, Mike Sierra, cancel flight following.
Cessna 0, Mike Sierra, Chicago approach, cancellation received.
That's not what I wanted.
1200, frequency
I was trying to get in there
change.
real quick and then I wound up...
Chicago approach, Cessna November 700.
We'll
Mike
just go
Sierra
back and
is
forth.
type Cessna, Skylane, 3 miles south.
Cessna,
of Meigs,
November
request flight
700 Mike Sierra. What are you doing?
00 Mike Sierra, Chicago, approach, squawk 4306, Piper 392. Traffic is 5 o'clock, 3 miles at 3,400. Cessna, Skylane, report them in sight. Cessna 0 Mike Sierra, radar contact 3 miles south of Meigs, 1,007.
At least now I know it's pronounced Meigs.
Roger. Cessna 0 Mike Sierra.
I kept wondering, I've always pronounced it as Meigs, and then I started thinking, well, maybe it's Meigs.
Cessna November 6542 warp is type Cessna Skylane 4 miles west of Meigs, 3,800.
He said Meigs?
Transition Bravo airspace.
Cessna November 65.
Maybe you can say it both ways.
Chicago departure squawk 7175. Piper 392. Traffic is 9 o'clock, 4 miles at 2,700. Boeing MD-80, report them in sight.
Chicago approach. Cessna November 700 Mike Sierra. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Cessna November 700 Mike Sierra, Chicago approach. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
Cleared through Charlie airspace. Cessna November 700 Mike Sierra.
Oh, this is wicked.
Piper 392. Have the traffic.
Some of these are turning red. Look at this.
Squawk 7175. Cessna.
I've never seen this before.
424. Radar contact 5 miles.
I don't think it does this in 2004, does it?
Bravo airspace. Cessna 424. Traffic is 12 o'clock, 4 miles at 4,500. Piper Cherokee, report them in sight. Cessna 424. Traffic is 10 o'clock, 4 miles at 2,700. Boeing MD-80, report them in sight.
Cessna 0 Mike Sierra. Have the traffic.
I don't really, but
350. Climb and maintain 2,700. Cleared for the ILS runway 32. Left maintain 2,700 until established on the localizer. Sword 1241.
All right.
902. Traffic alert. 4 o'clock, less than 1 mile, 2,700. Boeing MD-80. Report them in sight. Piper 392.
Man, they talk a lot.
Boeing MD-80 in sight.
okay, so let me talk to you about
Cessna 42 warp traffic in sight.
what I want to do with. I was hoping to do it for this actual flight, but unfortunately I'm having issues. I bought these F-Scene. I got F-Scene 1 and okay, that one isn't there.
Piper 3.
Doesn't give me the book, but
F-Scene
2. F-Scene 2 is North and South America.
Piper 392. Good day.
And I even bought
120.75.
this, British Airports. Now it's for 2002 and 2004. 2004, I'm going to be using Mega Scenery. And actually, let me see if I can find it. I'm working something out with someone on eBay. Her father was a pilot and has this incredible collection, and they're all in binders. And this guy, he's like got maps. He downloaded maps. So you can see these here. I don't know if you can see them all, but he's got maps, and it's freaking amazing. And this is Mega Scenery Phoenix. I'm actually going to use this for P3D,
Chicago
but
approach. Piper November 900.
I got I've got Mega Scenery for 2004. There's not as much coverage, but I was using that for that. I can't see them. I'm in clouds. So since I'm doing Mega Scenery, oh, and I got F-Scene 4X
Cessna 0 Mike Sierra. Traffic not inside.
for 2004. So this I wanted to use for Flight Simulator 2002. It won't let me. When I try to install it, the installer quits. And on here it says Windows 98, Me 2000, and XP. So I figured, alright, let me try installing Flight Simulator 2002 and VMware under Windows 98. Since I already got a thing set up in VMware, I just use another snapshot. And I got further. It got me to a point, and then it said you need to deactivate debugging software. I'm like, what? What debugging software? And so I figured, all right, let me try that PCEM, that PC emulator. So I tried that, and that took forever to get Flight Simulator 2002 installed. Because I guess it's emulating an actual, a real PC. It's not a virtual machine. It's an emulator. So it's emulating the motherboard of an actual PC. And it took forever to install Flight Simulator 2002. And all I wanted to do was install FScene and then just copy the files back over to Windows 7, which is where I'm playing this. And I got even a little bit further with the installation. I saw these are by Just Flight. I saw the Just Flight logo, and then it said, oh, some error occurred. There's a critical error or something. And then it locks up the whole system. Well, the emulator. It doesn't lock up my actual system. So I'm like, what do I do? I mean, is it my CD-ROM drive that's the problem? But then I looked it up a little bit more, and apparently Just Flight used, I think they used Secure ROM. Do you remember that DRM, that awful Secure ROM? And I think that's what's causing the problem. There's a tool on their website that activates something so that way it allows the installer to go through. I haven't tried that yet. I'm like hesitant on trying that on my system.
Contact Chicago, approach on 133.1. Good day.
Going to 133.1, Cessna 0, Mike Sierra, good day.
It doesn't work at all on Windows 10, I read that much. But I would be able to use it on Windows 7.
Airwave 1172, traffic is 10 o'clock, 4 miles, 9,000. Haviland -8, report them in sight. Cessna 640, traffic is 10 o'clock, 4 miles, 7,500.
I have a Windows 8 snapshot on VMware. 4,500. I should maybe try it on that.
Pacific 1628, traffic is 9 o'clock, 2 miles, 10,000. Haviland -8, report them in sight. Landmark I-135, have the traffic.
Chicago, approach, Cessna, November 700, Mike Sierra, with you, 4,000.
Cessna, November 700, Mike Sierra, Chicago, approach, roger. Current altimeter 2982, landmark 5135, traffic is 12 o'clock.
So yeah, so I should try
Cessna, Skylane,
and try it on Windows 8 and see if that works. At worst, I may have to build an XP machine and actually install it on that machine, and then copy the file, and copy the 2002 folder over to my Windows 7 machine in order for it to work. It's a royal pain in the butt, is what it sounds like.
77640, Chicago's approach, cleared through the Bravo airspace.
but I'd love to get these textures working on 2002. I think it would look great.
Airwave 2766, contact Chicago's approach on 118.4, good day.
118.4, Airwave 2766, good day.
Cessna 808, contact Chicago's approach on 118.4, good day. 118.4, Cessna 808, good day.
I don't see Joliet as a option. We're gonna have to wait, I guess. This is one thing that I like about the default ATC is you can sit there and say, oh, I'm going to go to this airport.
Going to 118.4, Cessna 640, good day.
So you could just take off if you wanted to, and then have ATC up and contact them and say, I want some flight following, and you know, and then as you're getting close to the airport, you can go and say, this is where I'm going to go, and I think that's cool. I certainly didn't hate the ATC with FS9. This is like FS9 and FSX, and Prepared for that matter. I don't necessarily hate it. I just get sick and tired of the same voices and stuff, and also it seems a little too perfect. So I got the ProFlight emulator, and I really enjoy that. There's a lot of variety in the voices and stuff like that. But since I'm doing this tour on all the different simulators, I want to do something different on each of them.
Chicago approach, Airwave 2766 with you.
Airwave 2766, Chicago's approach, roger.
Now you could say,
well,
why are you doing F scene on 2002 and also 2004? Well, keep in mind, this FS scene was like the first version that came out, and is for 2002 and 2004. F scene 4X works on 2004, FSX, and Prepared. So the texture and stuff is going to be a lot better on those. So they're still kind of different. And we can switch back to default also. I made a backup of the texture file.
127.8 for Cessna 640, good day. Chicago approach, Cessna November 86232, with you, 6000. Cessna November 86232, Chicago's approach, roger. Altimeter 2982, Cessna 0 Mike Sierra. Traffic is 8 o'clock, 4 miles, 8,000.
Okay, I got something in the mail. Let's take a look and see what it is.
Good day. Cessna 0 Mike Sierra. Traffic is 2 o'clock, 4 miles, 7,500. Piper Cherokee, report them in sight. Airwave 2766. Traffic is 9 o'clock, 3 miles.
Kind of hard to do that when they keep talking.
Report them in sight.
Airwave 2766.
Airwave 2766. Traffic is 10 o'clock.
And it will work for Flight Simulator 2002.
Report them in sight.
Oh, that's right. I'm getting something else for 2002 also.
Chicago approach, Piper.
Ultimate traffic.
65944 with you.
Piper November 65944, Chicago's approach, roger. Altimeter 2982.
The disc is falling out.
944, traffic is 9 o'clock, 2 miles, 8,000. Havilland Dash 8, report them in sight. Piper 944.
Thank you. If you have any problems whatsoever, please message me. Most issues relate to using the correct Windows operating system or compatibility, which is extremely important.
118.4, good day. Cessna 0 Mike Sierra, leaving my airspace. Resume on navigation. Contact Chicago's approach on 118.4, good day.
Oh great, this is just flight also.
118.4, airwave 287.
I guess I won't be using that anytime soon.
118.4 for Cessna 0 Mike Sierra, good day. Viper, airwave 2766, have the traffic.
Cessna 808, contact Chicago approach on 133.1, good day. Going to 133.1, Cessna 808, good day.
So I got this ultimate traffic for 2002 also. And I've got F-Scene 3 coming too.
Chicago approach, Cessna November 700 Mike Sierra, with you 4000.
Cessna November 700 Mike Sierra, Chicago approach, roger, altimeter 2982.
Chicago departure Baron.
Is
November
Joliet
5,
on here yet?
Warp is at 1,000.
No.
Climbing 5,000.
Airway 2.
There it is.
66. Contact Chicago approach on 119.35. Good day, Baron. November 5, 6.
Kilo, Juliet, Oscar, Tango, automated weather observation, 2258 Zulu. Wind 271 at 8. Visibility, Niner. Sky condition, ceiling 3000, broken. Temperature 14 Celsius. Dew point 2 Celsius. Altimeter 2981 Kilo, Juliet, Oscar, Tango, automated with.
Huh, so I could have used this to do a touch and go with Meigs or Meigs, you know, whatever. I just didn't need to file a flight plan, or at least start off with it. That's another thing about this ATC2 is it's very, very flexible. Like I said, you can just start flying and then tune in and have them start doing a flight following. With ProFlight Emulator, you can't. You have to. It's like you have to start at an airport, do a touch and go, and then return to that airport, or something crazy like that. How many miles are we? 15? All right. We are getting there. Saying goodbye to Chicago. Oh, Chicago. I think we're a lot closer to the airport. We better switch our landing lights on too. Distance is 5 miles. Well, we better really slow it down. Wait, is that the airport down there? I think it is. Because we're nearly on top of it, according to the radar. Nope. Okay, what I thought was it is not it. Oh, I see it. I see a runway. Check out the sun. Oh, this is just neat. Okay. I guess we're on final.
Traffic, Cessna, November 700, Mike Sierra is on final, runway 22 at Kilo Juliet Oscar Tango to land.
We are staring directly at the sun. That can't be good. Not supposed to do that. I think that's a runway. Or that's a road. Can we zoom in? Ah, we're going in at an angle here. Ah, I think I see the runway now. So I was lining up with a road. I was going to go land out in the street. I'm glad I can use my controller on the later simulators. I can actually fly it a lot better. The early ones worked pretty well with the keyboard, but man, the later simulators, trying to do that, forget it. Not so good. Got to keep an eye on my airspeed here. There she is. Okay. We'll fly our way around this tree here. There we go. Right on in. Almost there. That should do it. Is that a taxiway? Yeah, that's a taxiway.
Traffic, Cessna, November 700, Mike Sierra is clear of the runway.
Yeah, we seem to be doing okay for fuel. But we'll park over here anyway. The yellow thing disappeared. And our fuel is up. Alrighty. We'll turn that off. And our radios. And let's see, I think we can... There we go. Is that how you're supposed to turn off the plane? By bringing out the mix? Turn our magnetos off. Power off. And there we go. Alright. So we're here at Joliet. Relatively nice flight, even though air traffic control got a little annoyed with us and canceled our plan. It's all good. We did our touch and go. That turned out pretty nice, I think. And we're here at Joliet. So thanks for joining me on this flight, and I hope to see you on the next flight for 2002, and hope to see you also on the other simulators as well. All right, take care and be safe out there. If you thought this flight was interesting, then you might want to check it out on these other flight simulators that you see on your screen. It's just a fun way to relive old memories and see how things changed over the years. Be sure to subscribe to be notified of any new videos, and I'll see you on the next flight.